Welcome to another video about wild edible and medicinal plants. The plants that I'm going to show you in this video are really just a tiny fraction of all the wild plants that you can find all over the world and that you can use for food or for medicine. And that's really what Plentiful Lands is all about, showing you a small part of all this beauty and abundance that we have in nature, and also to show you how we can use it and get along with nature in a good way. Because as humans, we can have a very positive impact on nature, but we can also have a negative impact on nature. And in recent decades, we've had a rather negative impact. For example, biodiversity trends are declining all over the world. And just one prominent example are insects, or the dying of insects. And in less than 30 years we've had a almost 80% decline in insects in protected areas in Germany. And a very similar thing can be said for almost all parts of the world. And that is also one reason why as I said in an earlier video, there is a foraging rule. So when you collect wild plants, you should only take as much as you need. So never take more than you really need. And remember to give back more than you take. Actually, that is actually a very biblical principle. So giving back, that can look like being careful with the resources you use, with the plants you take, replanting, planting pollinator-friendly plants in a garden or on your balcony, or all these different things that we can do to be respectful for nature. And that is exactly what Plentiful Lands tries to convey, that we can create plentiful lands, so to speak, with our actions, and our impact on nature can be a very beneficial and a very positive one. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope that you learn something new. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me and drop me a comment or message me. Here we have blueberries. These are really delicious berries that are also high in vitamin C and antioxidants, as all berries of that color. They are good for the eyesight. They are a remedy against both diarrhea and constipation. They may help with urinary tract infections, and they simply taste delicious. This is wild oregano. It's a very aromatic kitchen herb that also has antibacterial properties, and it's high in antioxidants. It can also help fight colds, relieve inflammation and muscle ache. It regulates menstruation, and it's good for any kind of indigestion. Here we have the first blackberries of this year, my favorite fruit. And every time I taste and see blackberries, I'm reminded that we can literally taste and see that God is good. Blackberries are high in vitamin C and K, antioxidants, as all fruits of this kind of color, manganese and fibers. They may improve brain health, fight colds, and they are good for any kind of digestive problem. This is chamomile. It's a very famous medicinal plant with many different uses. Applied externally as a compress, it fights inflammation. Tea made with the flowers helps promote sleep and relaxation. It fights colds, indigestions, toothache, and it regulates menstruation. You can recognize it by its distinct scent, and also if you cut a flower in half and if it's hollow in the middle, then you know that it's chamomile. Here we have cherries from a wild cherry tree. Cherries are high in fiber, vitamin C, B and K, manganese, copper and magnesium. This is a mulberry tree with mulberry fruits over here. And mulberry fruits don't ripen all at the same time, so You can harvest them for a long period of time, and they are high in vitamin C, potassium, zinc, iron and antioxidants, and they can help with colds, and they taste really good. Now, if you are wondering where to find all these plants, and especially the trees and the berries, I have some interesting resources for you, which I mentioned in my first article on Plentiful Lands. I will link this article to this video, and you will find the resources at the end of the article. And these resources help you find plants which are not private property, so which are free to use by anyone in your area.